My name is McCarthy. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, so I started with weightlifting right about the same time. To be a good strength and conditioning coach, you need to have a good knowledge and a good skill of teaching the Olympic lifts. So that's how I got my first experience kind of with the Olympic lifts. We did some in high school, but not very structured. And so as I became a strength and conditioning coach, then I got more experience with the barbell. I started California when I moved back from the Dominican Republic as a way to start my own coaching career because I was ready to retire from competing myself. And so I started with maybe one or two athletes I was programming for, and since then it's just kind of grown larger and larger as weightlifting becomes more popular. Yeah, you didn't get a lot of exposure to Olympic weightlifting until kind of CrossFit came around. So CrossFit's done a very good job of exposing a great deal of people to the sport of Olympic weightlifting within CrossFit, as well as exposing younger and younger kids to weightlifting in general. Weightlifting competitions can be very challenging. Just right off the bat, some people have a hard time making weight. Since it's a weight class sport, you have to make sure that you're on weight, and you only have 2 hours before the competition starts to make your weight. So that can be very challenging for people. And then some people have a problem with the pressure. So when you're at a major weightlifting competition, you're the only one lifting. The entire crowd's looking at you, and you're out there by yourself. There's no one to depend on. It's not like a team sport. It's completely individual, and you have to trust yourself and be confident in yourself. You have to know what you want to get out of the sport, because if you're just going to do it as a hobby, it's going to be a lot different than if you really want to compete. And you're going to have to be motivated if you want to compete. You're going to have to be in love with the barbell, be in love with training, because there's going to be days where you feel terrible and it's the last thing you want to do. And it's very easy to train when you feel good. Anyone can train when you feel good. But it's the days where you don't feel good is when it's important. Well, my best, I try not to talk about it too much, because I always want my lifters to do much better than I ever did and be more successful than I ever did. But snatch is 151 and clean and jerk is 180. And I've been training since I was maybe 6 years old, playing different sports throughout the years. I always played multiple sports growing up, all the way through high school, and I think that's something that kids have kind of gotten away from, specializing way too early and not getting the experience of playing different sports throughout the year. But yeah, it's taken me a long time to get where I'm at. In weightlifting, usually you need about 10 years to become proficient, and that's consistent training every year for 10 years. So it takes a long time. No, I haven't reached my fitness goals, and I still train, but not at the level I used to. I still have some goals in the back of my mind that I'm kind of striving for, but I just don't know if my body's going to be able to perform that way as I get older. Thank you very much for watching. I hope your training's going well.